The video is by Golad100. It's called Reverse the Verse, Removed Features from 2013 up until 2022. Let's go.
Because we're all former backers and stuff like this. We've been here for a while and stuff. If you could bring back one thing that was in the game but was removed or stopped for some reason, what would it be?
So this was before my time, but I've seen videos of it that there's like these little drones that used to like repair your ship, and that seems so cool.
Yeah.
Those will come back from Cryastro Station.
Yeah, I was about to say that this, they're like in this video, they're probably going to talk about the repair drones.
Yeah.
Because they were really
I'm
cool.
looking forward to that.
And so this is
Also, Star, you want to play, or are you still like away from home?
one of the many refuel, repair, and rearm stations that will be in the SE Alpha 2.0.
Landing complete.
And here come the drones.
But the drones were covered or are covered now by clouds to improve the server performance.
So I've been working on the first pass of the repair systems that we have in place. You may have seen the little gyroscopic robot guys that kind of pop out and come along and fix up your ship. So it's very much important to us that we get a first pass of these guys into you.
Simon's little drones will come out as well, and they'll repair AI ships just the same as they would a player ship. So it
I have
really
never
is sort
seen
of
these guys.
a fully functioning little
I don't think they
diorama
work for
of
CAG
what
anymore.
the game will eventually become.
Let's get you filled up.
Look at the frame rate.
Restocking ammunition. The team at Cryastro thanks you. Hope to see you soon.
But honestly, that was really cool.
So the mechanic for doing the repairing, refueling, rearming is via its drones. So it has 4 drones that are sort of contained within the body of the ship, and then it can launch them out. These drones can do all 3 actions, but they can only do 1 at a time before they have to go back to the mother.
You know what? I was looking yesterday at the pledge store and I saw the Vulcan and I was like, God damn it. Like, why is that not in the game? Honestly, I think we're getting like closer and closer to having repair ships. At least the Vulcan. Because now we have salvage repairing, basically tier -15 repairing. And I believe that it's like the first iteration and they're gonna just build them up on top of it. But don't get your hopes up, because they like introduced the inventory a year and a half ago, the new inventory system, and it's still bad, and it's still like tier 0. It was tier -1. Not the Crucible. They're not gonna release the Crucible like straight away. The Vulcan, the medium repair and refuel. That one. Like the Crucible, I think is going to be too big for all of it. But I mean, you never know. But yeah, I think we're like moving towards this repairing ships, and that's pretty cool. I really want to have drones. The Reclaimer, I don't know if you know that, but Reclaimer should have drones. So you don't need to like hop out an EVA to like gather components and all of that. You can do that with the drones. But yeah, anyway.
Other ship to change function to take on new supplies. The drones themselves do the repair, much like we have in the PU at the moment with the little drones on the Cryastro stations where you land, they come out and repair you.
But then they changed their statement, as far as I remember, that you will be able to like control the drones, and it's not that the drones themselves are going to repair.
It's very similar style to that.
Cryastro Station has been removed as all services can now take place at rest stops and stations.
Yep.
What about non-combat AI? What are our plans for seeing ships flying along trade routes, maybe even responding to service beacon requests themselves?
All right, so the estimation for that is somewhere around 3.5, 3.6 of actually having like AI traders in the game. And we're also working on some groundwork for the AI actually travel the verse. So that means QT linking, having landing and takeoff in hangars and all these shenanigans.
One such detail that is being worked on currently is the presence of AI-controlled non-combat ships taking off and landing at the city's interstellar transit hubs.
At the moment, for 3.3, I am working on enabling civilian AI ships to appear over Lorville, then make their way down to the city, touch down, stick around for a bit, take off again, make their way back to orbit, and then quantum travel somewhere else. Once the Starfarer has reached this placeholder landing pad, it will switch over to the takeoff and landing system, which is powered by the IFCS. It will then touch down, stick around for a few seconds, though this is still placeholder. In the final version, they will stick around for longer.
So that's the thing that we just got, but they did it again. Last year, they showed us how NPCs are going to land and take off and all of that. Although they're just landing, and some of them are not even landing, they're just hovering, and they're so broken that it's like, come on guys.
FCS lets it take off again, and then it switches back to the pre-placed spline, the path which will take it back to orbit.
Launch sequence complete.
Let me see if I'm gonna get a copyright strike. Like, I really tried not to get a copyright strike today, because all of my streams get a copyright strike. Hopefully I'm not. And you know what? Golgod needs to think about this, because he's about to monetize his channel. He's like at 900 something subscribers. Yeah. So if you didn't subscribe to him, I don't know what you're doing.
AI over Area 18 to test performance gains.
Oh wait, what? This was an actual thing? Okay, never mind.
Disabled ship AI over Area 18 to test performance gains.
I actually heard about that being a thing, but I never saw it with my eyes.
Will we see a return of AI traffic landing at landing zones?
Well, yeah.
Look at this guy's face. I think this face says it all.
Yes, of course. I don't actually remember why.
Part of it was related to the physics rework that was necessary, because they needed a smarter way to simulate them without killing everybody's physics.
Yep.
When you just dump that many ships in.
All right, so now we can either request or cancel a landing we wanted to.
You know what, Starstreams? I get a copyright strike. Like, I basically, I don't know, an hour ago, I got a copyright strike for a stream that I did maybe more than a week ago. It's super weird.
But we're going to request a landing from the Levski control tower. The Esmond Macken is the character here.
Landing pad assigned.
Okay,
are we
so
playing the
landing
same
for
game?
us.
Because this is not the game that we're playing.
If you take too long, then the screen will fade to black and you'll be there in the airlock, just so no one can sort of sit on the landing pad forever and prevent other animals from landing. All right, so let's head down.
So for the people that remember pre 3.0, we actually had on the 3D radar, when you went into landing mode, you had sort of an assisted landing. That's something we're going to be looking to bring back. It was simply when the conversion to Item 2.0 happened and all the cockpits got changed from their old UI system to render to texture. That was just something that just didn't fit on the schedule at the time. So that's hopefully going to come back.
Mine is Tessa Bannister.
Wait, is this like the third rendition of the UI? And I'm like I'm not saying UI as just like the interior of cockpits, because it's like the fifth one. But before building blocks, we had, wasn't Flash, was it Flash or Java? Flash, right? But I think there was something before that, because they changed the idea a couple of times, right? And now we have building blocks, and it's super fucking slow. I think it's tied to the server, and most of the times it just doesn't work. So
bring her
fun.
back.
That's a Bannister.
We all love and miss her.
Hey, got something for you. Not to sound mysterious or anything, but I'm picking up some.
To those who find this, know that my journey has ended. It
was finding my way here that made the path worth taking. I am glad that I can be part of your story too.
Yeah, it was actually pretty hard ripping her out. Actually, like she's our first mission giver, and yeah, but I mean, yeah, she's coming back.
The one hurdle that we have to address is the fact of like, well, what do we do with those original lines? Do we re-record them? Do we have the actress lip sync to the lines?
Yeah, so the mission team continues to work on modular mission design and has refocused efforts on the Scramble race or death race missions that we saw early tests of in previous updates.
Yeah, we already saw these missions in one of the previous Golgots videos of like, I think it was just racing from like 2012 to 2023. And this never happened.
I'm gonna be racing in the Scramble. Get set, go!
Not to be disrespectful, but why do most of these dudes look traumatized? I don't know. Maybe because there was like a Chris with a whip behind him.
First one to collect enough checkpoints wins. Outside of that, do whatever the hell you want.
And I see that the Scramble race is that perfect ecosystem for many other, kind of careers. Being a TV reporter covering this thing, being a medic that's kind of hovering around, being a scavenger that's coming to pick up the, remains, or, a repairman that comes in, flies in.
Okay, so since we got the medical gameplay in this salvaging, tier 1, do you think we're going to get like TV reporting soon?
Stop kind of thing.
And I honestly don't know how you're going to make a buck with that. I never understood what they want to do with that.
They're aimed towards the future. It's a tier 0,
Temporarily removed Scramble races.
Hover mode. I really enjoyed it. I don't know where we moved.
Yeah, but you're where Joy goes to die. So
if it was for me, I would still have hover mode.
Like we have ships like the Reclaim.
Dude, Mr. E, you have a severe case of dualism, and I'm gonna address it after the video. But I'm looking at the chat and I'm reading, and I'm like, what? What is happening right now? Anyway, let's continue.
The Terrapin that has specific VTOL thrusters. For instance, the Aegis Reclaimer has a very sophisticated landing and VTOL system.
Featuring 4 powerful rotating thrusters with VTOL capabilities.
With its dedicated rotating VTOL engines.
The Idris is actually also an example of this. It's so heavy and its accelerations are so low that it cannot hold itself up if it's not in VTOL mode. Literally at all. It will fall. So the need became apparent to what if we actually have VTOL on a different control so that you can go into VTOL mode when you're entering atmosphere, not necessarily.
You don't need to shut the fuck up. It's fine. I'll talk to you in a second. I'm trying to figure out like what is the argument that you're trying to like stand behind here. But we're talking about it in a second.
With some of the VTOL and hover changes that we're going to bring in for 3.6, landings it'll be cooler and better, and we'll also be able to get that sort of what you normally see in movies or helicopter gunship kind of things where you can sort of be hovering and like doing this.
Hover mode, an evolution to VTOL flight that looks to change the way ships perform at their slowest speeds while flying through atmosphere.
So you can no longer hover at any angle. You have to hover level, which will make this a lot more believable to look at and feel a lot more realistic.
Important feature coming to the game is the hover mode, and I really look forward to that.
Really showcases what like atmospheric
this
flight
was always,
can be,
like,
and it has this like effect of making the low speed atmospheric flight super believable and interesting. So in 3.6 we introduced hover mode. So I'm going to jump into the game and show you what we have been working on as an improvement to this. So the goal with this is obviously to try and make the handling of the ship feel a little bit more believable and softer and not as like this jerky kind of mess all over the place.
Proximity Assist will now replace hover mode for near-surface control.
I'd like to think the problem was not the core mode itself, but rather the lack of appropriate UI and flight assists. It was simply too early to be released, but you couldn't have judged it without playing it.
And that's where the VTOL ship's going to come in, where they can transform
and fly in VTOL and hover, and that's where they'll have the advantage. But we need to add control surfaces first and work out how we do all the controls.
Right. Didn't we do some version of this before with the adding the
old hover mode?
Yeah. All right.
Jared didn't even want to fucking see it. Amazing. Mag boots.
Mag boots as they were.
Like, we fucking need this. We really need this, and we need a rework of the EVA. Like, I don't know if EVA was ever good, but like, Jesus Christ, it's so bad.
Mag boots as they were not really versatile enough for what we wanted to do. Whereas this new system we've got is called Align to Surface.
So you can switch AR on. You'll be able to use Mobiglass and Laterburn, so that's how you can sort of know who the various people are. These are all our various sort of demo accounts for this. Again, you'll be able to put your AR on, see the different items, transact and buy through your Mobiglass.
You know what? I'm glad that we don't have this, because like this is ugly. What? Like, you can't even fucking read this. I guess it's cool for people to know who's who.
Transact and buy through your Mobiglass.
I love the new radar as well. It's 22.6.
Is he gonna? He's probably gonna show us though.
Oh, taken out. That did her no good.
That is never any good.
Hey, Vinny, if you find him first, do me a favor. Teach him a lesson. Oh, with pleasure.
This acting is just cringe.
Hey,
it was always
wanna
cringe.
know what I think of you?
And that's what I think of you. Did you get him? Oh, yeah. Sweet.
You know, like another thing you could do, or a puzzle, is the satellite shut down, but if we maybe get our multi-2 out and perhaps cut away those restraints there.
Actually, there used to be a mission that used the cutter on the multi-tool, and we removed it, didn't we?
Yeah, we had it in the downed relay. You had to cut the emergency thing open. But we found that at the time, not many people were carrying a multi-tool, because there wasn't much. Because that was the only thing in the game you could do with the multi-tool.
Restricted Areas V2, where we've finally done away with the last remnants of the
Why not like bring it back then?
ugly red areas and implemented a new spline-based landing system that will help guide pilots to their correct destination and away
Honestly,
from
I saw
places
this and I thought that this was stupid.
they shouldn't be going. If you could bring back
And I'm
one
glad
thing
we don't have that
that
still.
was in the game, what would it be?
The fish tank.
This just like goes to show that they don't really know what they're doing. And I don't want to be an asshole, but like they're just trying shit out and then figuring like, yeah, this doesn't work. It's not good. So let's do something else.
And then here is the fish tank that we promised for 20
I think they're
million.
getting better with it.
With the Midas
we'll
fish
see
in.
in a year or
A
two.
little alien fish in there.
Star Citizen will allow you to add more fish to your tank by exploring distant planets and collecting new species.
The crab's got a little house.
Oh,
that
the
he
crab's
will,
got the grotto. That's
yep,
in there. Yeah.
Runs in there and hides.
So there's a few things in there for them to see. There'll be the Avenger, the Cutlass, and then anything that you might be able to interact with.
Just a little thing. We're calling it the firing range.
The firing range.
So basically, you'll be able to plop a weapon down on it and test it out.
Look at this UI.
We'll shoot stuff.
Yep. A few targets.
Doesn't
there
this UI remind you of the UI they showed us? I think it was last Citizen Con, with a like new Mobiglass and new UI for the. You have the fish tank, the UI for the hangars and all of that.
Down on it and test it out.
Be able to shoot stuff.
Yep. A few targets there in the hangar that you can blast away at.
If you have the Oculus Rift, you'll be able to check it out, walk around, see what's going on.
What else am I missing on that?
No, yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, one thing in particular about our game is everything, all the textures, the models, everything is so high definition.
And if you're a subscriber, this week you'll get your monthly subscriber flare. This month is going to be a very cool jukebox for your hangar, and you'll be able to load up your MP3s into it and play your own music.
And that should be in every subscriber's hangar tomorrow.
Hangar module is currently disabled.
We're building the game like in a matter of components. Like you start with the hangar module, then you go to the dogfighting, which you
enter from the hangar module, and then maybe planet side you might have a door that opens up and you get a visit with your friends like in a bar kind of thing. So it's all going to be done kind of tinker toy together off the hangar module, hangar being first thing until we get to Squadron 42 and the rest, which will be the bigger releases.
Okay, so that's the video from Golgot 100. Here's the link. You gotta subscribe to that guy. He's almost at 1,000 subscribers, so let's get him up to, like, what is the 71 people that's watching right now. So yeah, go subscribe to him. That's gonna be enough. Like, if you all subscribe right now, it's gonna be enough for him to monetize the channel because he's doing really, really good work.